Let's see.
Yeah,
Woohoo.
it's time.
Cool.
It is. It is in fact time. Yep.
It is in fact time for a song that I have not heard in quite some time. That was the actual theme song for this show, Movie Night Extravaganza. And of course, welcome to Oscar Night Extravaganza. This is the show where we celebrate what they got right, what they got wrong, and why it still matters.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
I cut right through your joke. I was gonna say Oscar nom extravaganza.
Oscar nom extravaganza. I'll say it. People are saying more and more. Everyone's saying it. Of course, award shows, there's no objective truth or ranking to art, right? But look,
It is a popularity contest.
It is a popularity contest, but it's nice to see movies and directors, actors, actresses, cinematographers, editors, set designers, et cetera. Everybody get their flowers, have their moment for excellence. And so that's what we're here to celebrate. But of course, it wouldn't be
for mediocrity.
And it would not be Oscar nom extravaganza if we did not talk about the many WTF moments. And I'm not talking about Mark Maron here, folks. That are snubs, fucking really moments, and things along those lines. So we'll be doing both those things, talking about what we love, why we're excited about certain things, and of course why some of it is just confusing. Confusing, basically, is what it comes down to. Christina, yeah, how you feeling tonight?
I got things to say.
It's all in your title, I think. I mean,
Yes.
it's right there. I think before we get into that, though, we're going to start with the actual. Not everybody follows the news for these kinds of things in the ways that not even all of us. Some of us on this show do. I can't even explain. Honestly, I don't even know why I pay so close attention to it and why it's just the Oscars, other than the fact that I just started doing it at one point and then I kind of enjoyed it. And that's it. And really, is there any reason to do anything other than that? But of course, the Oscar nominations.
I like doing the show because it kind of forces me to watch the movies that are up for the Oscars.
Sure,
which is not something that I like. I mean, I just miss everything, right? Like I miss a lot of the movies that come out, and I'm just like, I'll go see that.
Some movies don't even come out in theaters like near you. Like I don't get a whole lot of like. I'm just lucky that Everything Everywhere All at Once was at my movie theater.
Really, Birth of a Nation for the 10,000th week in a row.
Yeah.
There are no other movies playing in my area in South Carolina.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and so that's actually a major pet peeve of mine. The classic example for this, Jason, you always do shows against our shows. Jason Miles, of course, share. Why are you people doing this show against my show? Your show against us all the time. Peace and love.
Dirty
fool. God.
Look, I have a huge problem with movies that are like ostensibly nominated for a year, but you can't actually see them in that year because it played at like one theater, like in like Pomona for one weekend, so it could qualify for the Oscars, and then they didn't put it anywhere streaming or anything along those lines. Huge pet peeve of mine. Nomadland was that way.
Can you do me a favor and post this link right now on my Facebook from your Facebook, because I am booted off Facebook for the week.
Okay, no problem. Gonna do that. So that's huge. Like I talk about it every year. Like it's something that like when you talk about like, okay, for award season, it's not exactly what you might call a populist affair, more, really. But I just hate, like, you should be able to see them. The average human being should be able to see these movies. Whether they are going to, who knows, right? Who knows? But
well, and that's why they started something like the MTV Movie Awards or whatever, and then just leaned heavily, not into even the populism, I'd call it, into the schlock of it. Like they leaned
Fans get to
heavily
vote.
into like, yeah, you fucking, you dirty people out there, you get to vote on these ones. You can pretend to be
you
the
dirty little
Academy.
bitches. you reprehensible little proles. Yeah, but like, it's, again, that's it. I feel like a lot of these award shows start off that way, and then they end up kind of going more elitist and become more part of the the structure of the different the industries, really, is what it comes down to. And it's too bad. It's too bad, because I think that if you really get down to it, what are awards if not an opportunity to recognize art? So when you find, like, for me, when I hear it's like, what, why was that nominated? For the most part, I'm actually psyched about it, because I'm like, oh, that means there's maybe something really cool that I don't know about, that, like, I can check out. That's awesome. And is that always the case? Absolutely not. 100% not the case. But every once in a while there is. And and so that's one of the reasons why I'm excited about it. Before we get going, Christy, I'm gonna kick it to you for this comment.
Was there actually good, or Foreign Speech is screwed from the no, Darling Darling was actually good.
I agree.
I feel like the drama surrounding the production tainted people's opinions on the film. I do think it had a lot of it was very Stepford Wives meets Get Out. The best way to describe it. If you like those two films, if you like Stepford Wives and Get Out, this film's for you. Also, it's a good film to watch while high.
I'll take your word for it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Of course, I'm a little bit biased. Friend of the show, and my actual friend Katie Byron did production design on it.
Katie was robbed.
And was robbed. We haven't gotten to the snubs yet, but we will we will shortly. So yeah, let's get right down to it. We're trying to keep this succinct. Yeah, so Chapter Black saying that all I heard is that it was bad. Again, I heard the same thing, and I was like, what is everyone freaking out about? Why are people, like, trashing this movie so bad? I liked it. I thought it was good. And it's not, I don't think it's a shitty movie at all, Aaron Marco. I think it's actually a good movie. I think if it had been like an episode of, like, Black Mirror or Twilight Zone or something, people wouldn't shut up about it. But, like, it's I don't know what it is in that movie. It's very clear that Olivia Wilde's a very talented filmmaker, as you can tell by if you go watch Booksmart, which our episode on Booksmart is still available on the internet, where all things are found. And I think
only for one more week, because we're gonna snub that episode. Just kidding.
We're gonna snub that episode. That episode's gone. It's gone, baby. It's gonna get
bye, baby.
I think it's and there's movies that 3,000 Years of Longing kind of fell by the same thing, where, like, by the time I saw it, I'd only heard people talking trash about it, and I'm like, wow, that sucks, because this is an interesting movie, and it deserves a day in the sun. And of course, there's always stuff that, like, people discover later, things along those lines. But again, we can just sit here and opine about it all day long. Let's actually go through the nominations. Chapter Black, I agree that Moon Age Daydream, the Bowie doc, was robbed. I watched the Oscars specifically for the political soapboxing.
Yeah, they're gonna beam in Zelensky to give an Oscar. He's gonna be like,
oh my god.
Oh, definitely. You all know that's gonna happen.
All right. So we started off with Best Picture. Of course, Best Picture is the one that people think of as the broad lines for what the Oscars are. They expanded it a few years back to include more movies, which I think is actually a good move, because
apparently they included all movies. Like
well, also too, like, not for me to interrupt, but, like, the Golden Globes has categories for drama and comedy.
They break it up.
And a lot of people
what happens if it's a dramedy?
Exactly.
Well, but, you gotta pick a lane, man.
I mean, people got pissed when Marissa Tomei won Best Supporting Actress for My Cousin Vinny, because they're like, that's a comedy role. I'm like, but she fucking killed it.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing, right? And that's why there's a logical argument and an emotional argument to make for breaking up those kinds of things. What I will say, and I think we'll get into in the snubs, is that the objective truth is that horror movies always get snubbed, always.
Yes.
And that's why they said to make their own ecosystem. But we'll get to that. So first off, we're going alphabetical order. All Quiet on the Western Front. I know I've seen this film. Have either of you guys seen All Quiet on the Western Front, the new one, the German one?
I haven't seen most of these films.
I watched it with my dad, and this is peak watching with your dad kind of movie, and I mean that as a compliment.
The only one I've seen out of this whole list.
Too.
The only one I've seen out of this whole list is Everything Everywhere All at Once so far.
Which we already did the episode on. So this is it's a war drama, right? So I think when you think of the Oscars and the kind of thing the Oscars like to reward, they like to reward pathos and horror of war, et cetera, et cetera. This is a really good one, though. This is probably one of the best war movies I've seen in a long time. I'm a little surprised it kind of came out of like nowhere to get on the best picture list because I didn't expect it. I expected we would have seen it international.
That's the one they're going to give. That's the one they're going to give Zelensky to do.
Like, it's just we're just giving it Zelensky. It's not even a movie. It's just Zelensky.
All Quiet on the Western Front. Oh.
Coming up in the 2 slot here, we got. Oh, and by the way, Christina, if you just you're just have to fucking barge in if there's anything you want to say in any of these, because I'm trying to move it forward. But Avatar: The Way of Water. I got so much to say on this, but
why?
Look, it seems like a great screensaver.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. I love Cameron. I think Cameron's cool.
Titanic, good. Avatar, no.
I did not care for the first Avatar, and everyone's like, "Well, you need to see it in a theater." I'm like, "Yeah, but I didn't like the first movie. So if I didn't like the first movie,
see it in a theater, I still didn't like it." I don't understand. Like even people that are indigenous are like, "This movie is insulting." And I'm gonna listen to those people instead of like white folks are like, no, you don't understand. It's James Cameron. I'm like, I get it. I like James Cameron. However,
yeah, it's like talking to Rush super fans. Like, well, you have to admire the musicianship. Yeah, man, I fucking get it. Like, I'm not saying they're bad musicians. I'm just saying they make music that is sometimes for me and more often than not. And yes. Like that's okay. That's okay. Doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean that what I'm saying is not a good director. Doesn't have a vision.
I'm just saying. You know, Blue Leo could have fit on that door.
So anyway, that's Avatar: Way of Water, a real obscure indie film. I don't think many people's heard of this. You know, a very small production house. You know, I don't know if anyone saw it, but coming up next, Banshees of Inisherin. I love this movie. I dragged Joe Cannon out to see it. I was blown away. The Martin McDonough, he's the main fella. He did In Bruges, which is wild underrated. And he did 3 Billboards outside Evelyn, Missouri, which I only thought was okay, and we didn't really like it. I love this film. This is a film for adults, not like it's adult situations, but like it's about 2 people on this island. Well, multiple people, but like the crux of the story is the one guy doesn't want to be friends with the other dude anymore, and the other dude can't accept that. And there's a great donkey in it. There are great performances. It gets dark, but it's very funny, and it's maybe one of the most Irish things I've ever seen. And
yeah, I'm really excited to finally see it when we talk about it in
next month.
Spoiler alert! Oops.
Spoiler alert! That's fine. Let's we include that in here with Eileen Jones.
I have a couple sips of margarita, and then I'm just giving away
the store. Yeah.
Wow, look at you, lightweight.
Eileen Jones of the Incredible.
I don't know how after this fucking weekend.
Yeah, word. Eileen Jones from Film Suck, great friend of the show, loves this movie as much as I do. I think, and for just not to call it early on, but like I think it's in very strong contender in multiple categories. Also, Eileen and I both called this early on when there wasn't as much buzz around it, but it's a great film, and Brendan Gleeson's great in it, Colin Farrell's great in it.
She agreed to come on. And Joseph McBride didn't, so I guess we know whose side.
We know which side we're taking to that beef, right? Exactly. Too soon. Christine? Have you seen this yet? I mean, you're gonna watch the show, but yeah, it's.
I like the Barry. What's his last name?
Barry Keogh. I know he's so good in this, man.
He's up and coming. Like he's gonna be the next big he's Irish actor. Like he's gonna be like I see a lot of good things coming his way.
Yeah, where he like I don't want to spoil it. He's great in this too, and it's incredible. Anyway, that's Banshees of Inisherin. We'll be covering that movie. I think the 7th is what I should. I didn't freaking put all these calendars up. I should put the calendar up. But that's the first one after Movie Night Adventure, right? Whatever the adventure movies are done. There you go. That'll be the first one. So it's 2 weeks from today. We're going to start in with that, and I'm so excited. Such a great film.
2 weeks from today, we are going to be talking about.
Jeremy asked, today my man to record the live show. I think I'm talking about the Give Them a Revolution, Left Reckoning, Left is Best. Yeah. Somebody did manage to record the live show.
So who?
Yeah. This guy right here.
By the way, I want to say, I know that I had like those audio recorder problems. The audio came out fine on my camera. I don't like to rely on that. I don't like to
unobtainium. I forgot about that shit. Oh, awful.
I don't like to rely on that. Like I assume that it's always going to be bad, but it seems like the audio on my camera came out like decently.
It was a great time. It was really special to be there, and I was glad to play my part, as was everybody. But we're talking about movies here. So Banshees of Inisherin is going to be the first one for Oscar month for us. I love this movie. It's awesome. Next up, Elvis. Baz Luhrmann, everybody.
Yay.
Baz Luhrmann.
Can I speak about this one?
Please. I have too much to say. Go ahead.
I thought it was fine. I will say this. It should have been from Verdon, Elvis's father's perspective, not Colonel Tom Parker, because I felt like it still glossed over all the shit Colonel Tom Parker did to Elvis and ruined his career. Because let's be real here. Elvis could have been something. Elvis Presley could have survived Beatlemania and the British Invasion and the folk movement.
And that door. Elvis could have fit on that door.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not in the later days. Am I right, folks?
I did like that also. I do think, aside the Elvis-ish voice, Austin Butler lived, breathed, sang.
He's still doing the accent. I mean, he's like method acting, like Christian Bale, that shit.
He literally spent like 3 years just living, breathing Elvis before he even filmed it. So I'm like, I understand. However,
he only eats peanut butter and banana sandwiches, people.
Yes. But I mean, to embody Elvis takes a lot. To sound like him definitely takes a lot. He kind of resembles him, obviously, but even Austin Butler did some of his own singing for the film.
Yeah, it's his performance is impressive.
It's just it could have been a stronger script.
Centering Colonel Tom Parker is one of the most baffling things I've ever seen. I don't understand why you would do that. It's like this guy's almost an objective villain within history. Jeremy says my partner doesn't want to see Elvis because how much she just like Moulin Rouge.
I love Moulin Rouge. See, that's the thing. I'm fine with that, but here's the thing: Baz Luhrmann knows what when it comes to Baz Luhrmann,
he's got
a specific style.
Yeah, I'm not.
Goes with it.
That style is rarely for me, to be clear. But this is absolutely. But I will say what I will say about it. First of all, like a lot of movies, it's too long. This movie, but I thought the whole thing was going to be the first third, which I despised. I didn't like it at all. And then it did get better. It did get better. But it has no
went to the army.
Yeah, it has no reason being in the running for Best Picture at all, except for as a sacrificial goat, pretty much. But the that's a good point, Aaron. So that how many legitimate blockbusters are nominated on the Best Picture list? Agreed. It used to be that just because it was a blockbuster doesn't mean it gets Best Picture. Those are different things. There can be crossover, but anyway, I did not really care for.
I thought they used to snub blockbusters. Yeah, a lot of times too,
because they're doing fine. They don't need recognition. The recognition is these gigantic checks, these big piles of money they're swimming around in.
Usually, it's always movies we never heard of that would
win.
The Academy.
That's my deal. It's my sweet spot.
The Academy is like, we don't need to give any more credit to these blockbusters. Come on, give it to that movie about genocide that everyone that nobody wants to watch.
Exactly. That nobody wants to see. I don't think Elvis has any reason to be on Best Picture. I do think Austin Butler's performance absolutely should be recognized, and we'll talk more about that later. it's shocking to me how much that movie is represented on here, and that's alarming to me. But we'll get to
Oh,
that.
it's TikTok, man. Whew.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Takes out the Oscar.
We call this early, right? We did
We
an
don't
episode
have
of
a
this.
favorite.
Yeah, we we
All right,
called this like 7 months early.
I'm gonna admit this. This is a biased podcast. I know it's not, everybody likes to pretend that they're neutral and they're just kind of in this for, the truth or whatever. We're not. Everything Everywhere All at Once should win. Just everything.
All
Just
11.
everything.
It's probably gonna
Every
win all
Oscar. Every Oscar.
It won Best Documentary somehow. I don't even know how it did that.
Every Oscar,
Best
every
foreign
category,
film, like-
all at once.
Win Best Animated Film. I don't think, is there any cartoons in this? I don't know. Yeah, we went on record on it. I think that's a great episode of this show.
That movie made me cry.
It's
I
beautiful.
can probably list on my hand, like on one hand, how many movies have legitimately made me cry. And I was sobbing. And then we were supposed to go on an hour later.
Yeah. Now it's being entertaining on the internet. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I was like, how am I gonna make it look like I don't have these bitch ass fucking red eyes?
So what I love about this movie is that not only is it great, not only is it unique, but it's a movie of its time. And that's one of the reasons, one of the many reasons why I wanted to win Best Picture really bad. And I hope to see it happen.
It's going to.
I think the theory that you put out there when we were talking about it, that being frustrated about like franchise films and stuff and remakes and sequels and all of that, having something that's wholly unique but also feels like it's in that same vein of like being not like a franchise property, but like, being a fantasy / superhero kind of, like, you know what I mean? Like in that same genre, is kind of incredible. And to have it be, so based in emotion and so based in, character development and stuff is also pretty incredible.
It's gonna win some stuff. I really hope it's Best Picture because like for me, Avatar winning Best Picture.
Raccacoonie.
Oh God, I will kill myself if that happens. Raccacoonie.
Justice for Raccacoonie. We called it like 7 months early on. If you want to see that episode, please check it out. I stand by it. Maybe we'll do like a remixed version of it, but probably not. Everything Everywhere All at Once, one of my favorite. Not just one of my favorite movies.
We'll call it All at Once, Everything Everywhere.
Exactly. We'll just mix it up. One of my favorite movies in a very, very long time. So yeah, we've got a record on that one. Fabelmans up next. This is Steven Spielberg's autobiography. It's about his childhood, about his love of film. We're gonna do an episode on this. Renee Ruin's coming back. This is one of the 2 episodes she's coming back with a vengeance.
I will say the Fabelmans looks really good. I haven't
it's good.
Seen it yet. It looks like something that's like, I probably not gonna blow me away, but it looks like something that's gonna be like a good
biopic of a autobiopic of a director. But I will say this: Paul Dano, who plays Steven Spielberg's father, is perfect Donald Trump casting. He has the same. Have you seen this guy talk? He
I can see it. Yeah, he's like a young Donald Trump.
This is how he described Robert Pattinson. He's like, he is my Batman in every way. Oh, definitely, he's definitely my Batman in every way. And I'm like, Trump.
Which I guess Judd Hirsch.
Judd Hirsch's scene in this is like, so I would put it on the level of like Ned Beatty's scene in Network, where it's like the screen time he's on is very short and the impact he makes is great.
So his nomination or whatever is apparently the longest that someone's gone between nominations since Peter Fonda.
No, yeah.
Isn't it time we finally give the Oscar to these underrated directors like Spielberg and Tarantino?
Apparently Tarantino's gonna retire, and I'm like, thank God.
Look, hey, let's keep it on topic here. I would have a lot to say about that, but Fabelman's good. John, can I just say this for people on the fence about seeing that movie? John Ford's in the movie, but played by David Lynch, and it's not a long scene, but it is awesome. I liked it. It's good. I'm excited to talk about it.
Great acting from David Lynch.
It's the part that he's in for it is fantastic. I guess I could be more excited about it, but I'm not. I like Fabelmans. I thought it was really good. I don't love it like how some people seem to love it. I don't Best Picture love it, but I think it's very good, and I think Spielberg's kind of been out of the limelight
Scene for a while.
for a
Yeah.
while, and I think that could influence things. So we'll see. But that's we're doing that Friday, February 24th. Renee Ruin, our buddy from Australia, coming to Animaniacs.
It's time for Animaniacs.
That's a brilliant cartoon, but that is not what we're talking about.
I love that meme that's like which I used to watch Animaniacs a lot when I was a kid. Like
the
but
meme of the countries of the world.
Yeah, and it's like where's the CIA done a coup? And it's like
yeah.
Place where capitalism has failed.
Yeah.
Someone did one of those, and then they highlighted every place that the CIA actually has done a coup.
It's nice.
All right, we got to move on here. So Todd
Yes.
Field, very, very good. Kate Blanchett is incredible in this. We're going to be covering.
Not incredible.
She's always incredible. This might be her career best. And
Yes.
I don't say that lightly. We are doing this one also with Renee Friday, February 17th. It's too long. All these movies do got.
By the way, Oscar seasons is too long. Like the fact that they're doing it. They're doing it on January 24th, the nominations, and then everyone that's like nominated or something has to sit around and wait until March 12th to find out if they won. You know, that just seems.
I can't wait to watch that.
So Tar, I quite liked it. I didn't like it as much as some other people liked it, but Todd Fields made a hell of a movie here and a unique movie about artistry. And I'm very excited to talk about that movie. It's going to be a fantastic discussion. Yeah.
Unlike the next film that's being mentioned.
All right, y'all. Top Gun Maverick. Let's
Why?
I had a section for this. Christina and I worked this out ahead of time. That was Top Gun. Fucking really? The planes went zoom. Was it the name of the section?
It's literally like conservatives are like, oh, they're making stuff that ain't woke anymore, and I'm like, it's a Tom Cruise film. People are gonna go see it regardless.
And Tom Cruise is probably gay, so it is woke. Bam.
Yeah.
Look, all right. So anyone that really pays attention to the show or knows me well knows that I do love a good action film. I like things about this. I like the planes going zoom. That's all I expected out of it. Jennifer Connelly's in this, and she does a lot with no character whatsoever. And there are things that are good, but there are things that are like, yes, is it jingoistic propaganda? What do you think? Of fucking course it is. And like the fact that like they're like doing this mission against like an unnamed country is just like, okay, sure. This has no business being in Best Picture. None. 0.0%. I enjoyed it.
Depends on the country. Because if they're doing one against Putin.
Yeah, I mean,
hashtag Slava, hashtag Ukraine.
This movie is the.
I want to help give out that award with you.
Right. This is the change your profile photo to like the Ukraine colors of Best Picture. I don't want to be an asshole about it. Fuck off. That's enough, right? That's enough on that one. Christina, you have anything you want to jump in on that for?
Just why?
Yeah. It's enough. It's enough, really.
Also, I mean, I know that his name's Maverick, but Mavericks come to signify like, someone that goes outside of their assigned place, which is kind of a funny name for a movie that does not go outside of what you think.
Well, all right. So that does happen in that film somewhat. I don't really want to get into it. Like, it's not. I think it actually is a better movie than the original Top Gun, but that's a low barrier of entry. Personally.
I'd love to watch Top Gun Maverick, but it's like it's a trial at The Hague.
Moving on. Triangle of Sadness. This movie is awesome.
That's actually what Matt Walsh calls a vagina.
Hey, folks.
I was going to say they're really giving me representation for the place I live.
I think this film is great. You get to see Marxist ship captain Woody Harrelson. That's beautiful. It's too much. I can't talk about too much without spoiling certain aspects of it. Too long. Very good movie. We're going to talk about that this month. I don't think we have that. I don't think we have it scheduled yet, but we are going to be talking about it.
I gotta say though, the next one, Women Talking.
First of all, I hate that title. I don't know.
First
I mean, as much as I hate women talking,
I feel like it's. I just don't think it's Oscar Best Picture material.
I don't think any women should win any Oscars. I am 100%
so that's why it's on here, right? Is because they were like, oh shit, it's a bunch of dudes. Like, oh
Yes.
man, we better put a chick on there. And it was either going to be that or She Said. And She
Mhm.
Said it's good. It's
First female
important.
M&Ms, then women talking.
What?
It's more.
Will they
It's
think of next?
more. It's more important than enjoyable. Even though I absolutely love Carey Mulligan dearly, I have not seen Women Talking. This is one of the only movies on here that I haven't seen.
Well,
I
you're
don't want to
lucky.
judge.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch women filmmakers. No, I'm like, why is this the one? Why not like The Woman King, or like why not? I mean, like
Yes.
whatever.
Which
Look.
we'll talk about that later.
This is tokenism. This
Yes.
movie's up here for tokenism.
Co-host a podcast with a woman.
Exactly.
Yes. Christina, we only brought you on so we could make. We only brought you on for this so we could make these jokes.
So
No?
the Alan Combs of this Oscar season. We're gonna go through the rest of these fairly quickly. Best Director: Martin McDonagh, Banshees of Inisherin. Absolutely, can't say enough good things about it. The Daniels: Daniel Kwan, Daniel Scheinert.
Yo, I love that they're the Daniels. I love everything about that movie and who made it. But I also like that I love that before they were making movies, they made Turn Down for What?
Yeah. Spielberg for Fabelmans is a no-brainer. If Fabelmans gets anything, I think that's what's going to be. And it is very good. So that's I think one of the strongest contenders there. Todd Field, he has not made that many movies, but what he's made is great. And Tar is maybe his greatest. I feel like if anything, it's going to be Spielberg's year. And it's just because like he's done so much, right? And like they're gonna give it to him. I'd be shocked if they didn't. I could be wrong. We'll see.
He even brought dinosaurs to life.
Look, Steven Spielberg, not this obscure guy. You heard of this guy, Steven Spielberg, Paul? You heard of him? He does know how to make a good movie. I wouldn't be mad about if Spielberg won. Ruben Östlund did Triangle of Sadness. I love that that's on here. I was kind of shocked. I didn't expect to see it. I thought Triangle of Sadness is very good. I absolutely, yeah. Well, you know, everybody's got their opinion.
By the way, I'm gonna move Christina up here because you know what? After making those women talking jokes, I don't feel like I can pull up comments.
You're gonna literally center a woman in the conversation.
Yeah.
I feel so represented.
I'm for as many great lady directed films as are out there. Really, you can't throw the ladies a bone on this one. No, this it's just like okay, but I do think Triangle of Sadness is an interesting and cool movie, and yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, it's about movies, right? So Spielberg's gonna win because it's about movies, dude. That's the other reason why. Thank you, Jeremy. But Triangle of Sadness, very good. Kind of a shocker it's in here. If it wins, I'll be shocked. For Best Director. Lead actor, Christina, you called this Austin Butler. Like I think like he's a strong contender here. I think this is actually a stronger group of folks than I think maybe people realize.
Yes.
Because he's the only thing about this movie that people like generally like that's objectively good.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell does a career best of he's actually become an incredible actor in Banshees.
Yeah.
People love a comeback story.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you cannot discount Encino Man himself. That's for Andy. Brendan Fraser for The Whale, which I still haven't seen. Big R of Reagan Bush of Chat Pile says Whale's great, and I want to see it.
I have to say, I think it's gonna be when it comes to like the two biggest contenders, it's definitely gonna be Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser for sure.
I think Colin Farrell's like the dark horse for this.
Yes.
But definitely. I'll get to in a second that so After Sun, haven't seen it. One of the only ones I haven't seen on here.
Hey, this Paul Mescal is having a moment. He's got like films booked up, and I'm like, damn, dude.
I could go for some Paul Mescal over here. Am I right? Yeah.
And Bill Nighy for Living.
Living, let me explain, is a remake of Akira by Kurosawa, which is one of my favorite Kurosawa movies. And Bill has he's an old dude, man. So they made
my samurai sword is okay. I run it under a cold tap.
I think you could see the father moment here with Anthony Hopkins, where there's like, yeah, fuck it, give it to him. Except for the fact that you have, again, as we mentioned, 3 incredibly strong contenders here.
Yes.
I would be surprised because The Whale is seen nowhere else. Right. I think it's going to be Brendan Fraser, Austin Butler, and I think Colin Farrell's the dark horse. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser's just been like, there was so much hype around him being the lead actor in that after kind of being banished from Hollywood for a little bit or leaving or whatever. So like I could see them giving it to him just as like a
we're sorry for sexually assaulting you and blacklisting you.
Yeah.
Our bad.
But we love that movie where you're obese. So
yeah, it's great. Hey, you play a great fat guy. All right.
Well, we can't ignore your comeback because we can't really ignore the size of you in that movie. So we're giving you this Oscar.
Christina, anything else for lead actor? We're gonna move on.
I just say when it comes to Paul Mescal, watch out for him. I think he's
just like regular Mescal.
Yes.
Okay.
But also,
cool.
I agree with you about Bill Nye though. They probably could give him like a sympathy. Like it's like when here's the thing.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
We're gonna be doing Best Lead Actress Nest. Well, they're supposed to be doing Sunset Boulevard, an adaptation of the musical, Angela Roberts musical with Glenn Close. I feel like after all these Oscar nominations that she's been snubbed of, they're probably gonna give her an Oscar for Sunset Boulevard just because she's been nominated 1 billion times.
Yeah. It's like they just give it to you. Like, all right, I was gonna give this to you now. Yeah. So a couple comments. Lobster still looked oddly realistic for this ridiculous premise. Agreed. I like the lobster. That was good. And then another Chapter Black one. Absolutely a fan of the Fraser Sons. Fraser Sons. That's easier to read than say, but story of my life. Who am I, Andy? Best lead actress.
Let's go.
Cate Blanchett, Tar, yes.
Obviously.
She's so good in this. Cate Blanchett's also won other Oscars. So I think this might be her career best, but and it's going to be between her and Michelle Yeoh for obvious reasons. But I think it's going to go right down to it.
I like that at any given moment though, like sometimes they just give Oscars to someone who's never won an Oscar. They're like,
fuck it, give it to them. Yeah.
They've been nominated 1 billion times. Might as well give it to them. Sympathy.
Like I know myself. If that happened to me, like I would be so depressed and pissed for the rest of my life that they're just like giving me like a sympathy Oscar. I'd be like, everything I have has an asterisk attached to it.
It's like pity sex, right?
Yes.
Look, speaking of pity sex,
I finally got the girl of my dreams, and I know she wasn't really into it to start with. You know what? That's the same thing with this Oscar.
I am unabashedly an Ana de Armas fan. The fact that she's nominated for lead actress for Blonde.
Also, Blonde received the most Razzie Awards except for worst lead actress.
Yeah. I think that's an example. Just like Elvis for Austin Butler, I think that's the same example of like, yeah, the movie ain't gonna go, but like, you're good in it. And again, there used to be more of that. It didn't used to be that like there were these sweeps of like everything, everywhere, all at once. But it was like, like you might hear like a best actor, or best actress in a nomination, and it's not even a movie that's even in contention for best picture. So that used to be more common. I think she's fantastic, but yeah, come on. To Leslie, Dark Horse came out of nowhere last minute. I don't know this.
Yeah, a lot of people are not happy, and we'll discuss that about when it comes to the snubs about who should have been nominated.
I hear it's good though. I hear this is very good. Michelle Williams in The Fabelman, she's really good. She reminds me of my mom actually.
I love Michelle Williams.
She's very good. This is not gonna be her year though. I don't think so, because it's gonna be the Queen, Michelle Yeoh, everything everywhere all at once.
That's what's up. She's gonna win. We all know that.
She did another career best, and she has been more out in the wilderness.
It's Michelle Yeoh's world, and we're just living in it.
Fucking A, absolutely. Supporting actor Brendan Gleeson, Banshees of Inisherin. He's so good in this. And he has consistently been so good. And what I love about Brendan Gleeson is he's not a character actor that is like a leading man. He's a lumpy looking dude.
like when he played Mad Eye Moody in Harry Potter.
and like when he played that Comey movie or miniseries, whatever it was, Intolerable. But his Trump in that was incredible. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
I love that he is nominated here. I don't think it's going to go to him though.
No.
I don't think it's going to go to him. I think that Causeway. Haven't seen Causeway. I hear it's great. I have it. I'll
Brian
probably
Tyree
watch it.
Henry, or I like
more
to
than-
call him Brian Austin Green because I watched Abbott Elementary.
And so he's there. I can't speak on that. I haven't seen that one.
He did
Judd
win for something.
I don't know. Has he?
Yeah, he did. He did what I don't know what you know. There's so many different awards that we really don't pay attention to. But he won. Brian Tyree Henry did win something for Causeway.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll be forecasting. Judd Hirsch's Fablemans. He's in it.
Did you guys watch the last before we get away from Brian Tyree Henry? Did you guys see the last? Well, I know you did, Conan. The last season of Atlanta was so fucking good.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
it's pretty sad. I mean, I know everyone's gonna have illustrious careers after that because that's like an all-time great show. But
it's so good.
Yeah, the finale for that too, just having it all be within possibly fucking Darius's dream, and the first time I saw, I think, well, I don't know, it probably wasn't the first time I saw, but when I first became aware of Lakeith Stanfield as an actor who's now one of my favorite fucking actors.
He's so good. He's amazing. Yeah.
So I just wanted to give that a shout out while we're talking about Brian Tyree.
I hear Causeway's great too, and again, this is not been an easy one to see, so I haven't seen it yet. But I'm gonna rectify all this. So, Judd Hirsch's again, his part in the Fablemans is not big. He is absolutely fantastic in it, and in another year, I think it could go to him, but it's not going to. Barry Keoghan, Banshees of Inisherin. Again, that movie is all strong performances. He's so good. There's something so fucking heartbreaking that happens with him. I'm glad he's nominated. Young man, we're gonna see a lot of great things out of him. Not his year.
However, the winner will be
Q on everything everywhere all at once. AKA short round doing Goonies on Friday, everybody.
Yes.
We didn't do Temple of Doom though. Raiders is a better movie.
I hope Allie comes back for that. That'd be
great.
She was good on this episode.
Everybody, his story's so incredible, and his performance plus the story. I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be either between.
It's definitely really rare that someone goes out of acting and just becomes an AD on films. You know what I mean? I mean, there's obviously high profile actors that have become directors, but it's rare that you're you know what, I'm gonna actually work my way up in the actual crew of directing films.
So I think it's gonna be key, and it's gonna be there won't be a dry eye in the house. You know what I mean? It's gonna be that kind of night.
People are gonna riot when he wins.
Yeah, it's gonna. I will lose my.
You know how Eagles fans destroy Philadelphia regardless of who wins and loses.
Yeah.
And I don't know shit about football, but I know that for a fact.
When the Raiders were in Oakland and I lived there, it was the same thing with the Raiders. It was like win, lose, McDonald's is still getting screwed up. That's all.
And you're gonna get one of those Trump moments where he's like, "This is what happens when you let an Asian person win Best Supporting Actor," just like when Parasite won or whatever.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy. Nice to meet you in person.
Do you remember
Quan did win the Golden Globe, and that's a predictor of this as well.
Remember when Parasite won and Trump used his platform as president to be like, "Don't you remember when American movies used to win Best Film? Whatever happened to that?"
Oh my God, yeah.
Who wants to tell him? Anyway, Best Supporting Actress, Angela Bassett,
strong
Wakanda Forever. Christina, as the resident Marvel expert.
Yeah, she could be the first and possibly only Marvel actor or actress to actually win an Oscar. I have a feeling they're going to give it to her. I have this weird feeling.
She's great. I mean, she's been such a consistent badass and rarely recognized. So I think that
I'm glad. She kind of had a bit of a slump in the 90s, late 90s to early 2000s, but then Ryan Murphy, thank God for him, revived her career.
Yeah, and that's one of the cool things I think about Ryan Murphy, because there's things about him that are definitely not as cool.
Biphobic as fuck.
But one of the cooler things is that he's willing to revive a lot of really talented actors and actresses who have kind of disappeared from the mainstream because they had a slump or whatever the reason is. It's kind of beautiful that he's willing to bring them back, and her roles within his within the American Horror Story world. I can't get words out tonight. I feel like I've used up my
Margaritas.
One of the reasons I offered to host this one.
Same
You
here.
get to see the color commentary. Yeah, I think that's a dark horse. I think it's a so to speak.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen The Whale. I can't speak to Hong Shao's performance in it.
Yeah,
I really would like to. If it ever streams anywhere, maybe I'll see it.
Yes.
Carrie Condon, Banshee of Inisherin, she's so good in this. Like again, but this is a movie that everybody is so great, and I think there's only so many like things that are
It's
going
like
to go
almost a
around
perfect
with it.
film.
And what it says, like best supporting actress, that's exactly what she does here. So I'm super glad she's nominated. I don't think it's going to go to her though, but I think she's fantastic in it. Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Holy crap, what a badass role!
This is her only Oscar nomination too. She's ever
Isn't
received.
that is insane to me? Like how much awesome thing? How many?
I
Awesome
think-
things has she
I
been
think
in?
if
Demo
you-
baby my ass.
I think if you put a hot dog finger in someone's mouth and move it around like that, I think you should automatically get like the award.
You just give you an Oscar. Yeah, they just give you an Oscar. Oh, hey Jordan, what's up, people of the Academy? Hey, good to see you. Nice work last weekend.
Dude, I've never
Uh,
seen someone like climb up a ladder that fast and fucking.
Dude,
Like,
she booked that stuff. Like, remember in that Robin Hood movie, like to the trees. Like that was Jordan.
To the plane, to the
there.
plane.
Respect, peace and love. Stephanie Sue. There's no Everything Everywhere All at Once without two people, and that's Michelle and Stephanie. And I think that's a strong possibility we might see her get it. It sucks that it's great that two amazing actresses have been nominated from the same movie, but I think it's going to split the vote a little bit. I think it'll be Angela Bassett, and I think it's going to be like one of those things where we love what you did here.
Winning.
I mean, that would in a perfect world, right? You know,
Yes.
Jesus, amazing.
Because I forgot, didn't Barbara Streisand have to share an Oscar with someone 1 year, I think?
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't remember all the details for that. I do remember that. That.
Wow.
If we're gonna ever get to these snubs, we got to move a little quicker though.
Yeah.
Adapted screenplay, All Quiet on the Western Front. I'm the only one that's seen it. That's because it was a movie before, an almost perfect movie, I might add. They managed to do it in such a way that it's interesting. Good on them. It should be on here. Glass Onion.
Woo.
You want to handle this one, Christina?
Yeah, it really, I can see why it got best adapted screenplay. It is, it's just a fun film. It's just so good. I understand.
Okay.
It took me a while to like understand, but I watched the first, Knives Out, and I was like, okay, I understand.
Yeah,
And then I watched Glass Onion,
these
and
are
I'm like,
fun.
okay, this has potential to be something like its own like series of some sort.
If we get a Benoit Blanc movie every year of him just running around like doing stuff, I'm into it. I'm not gonna be mad at that at all. And I know a lot of people that like hate on this movie for political reasons or because it's not true cinema, this and that, whatever. You know what? Have some fun once in your life. That's all I gotta say about it.
Yep.
I like Knives Out.
Glass Onion hits a little different. I don't think it's as good as Knives Out, but it's very good. It's kind of interesting. It's an adapted screenplay. We'll talk about that when we get to the snubs.
I'll probably rewatch it. Are we doing? Yeah, we're doing an episode on Glass Onion, right?
I think it came down to either Glass Onion, Living, or Marcel the Silver Shoes, and I think Glass Onion makes the most sense, honestly.
Word, because last time
we can do another episode on Marcel the Silver Shoes some other time.
I'll rewatch it before that episode because last time I watched it, I was high as fuck, and it was like the middle of the pandemic. So.
Living, this is a Kurosawa movie. It's amazing. It's one of my favorites of all time.
Top Gun Maverick. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right. Again, can we get back to the conceit of the bit, which is Top Gun? Fucking really?
just why?
Adapted from what?
Yeah.
It's adapted. I can answer that. So for a sequel, sequels are actually always going to be eligible for adapted screenplay. Because the idea is there already was a movie before this, and this is material like based on.
I think no sequel should ever be nominated.
Except for Wolf Warrior 2, of course.
And Glass Onion should be, obviously. Now it makes sense.
Yeah. And then, of course, hey, look, there's a woman in here. We got women talking. Again,
women
oh my God.
talk, period.
Talking. Women talking.
Did you really need to adapt women talking into a screenplay? We've all heard it. We've all heard.
I adapt to it all the time while I'm getting my balls busted. Thank you.
I don't get no respect at all. My wife doesn't give me any respect. She's always talking. I thought they should make a movie. Next thing I know, she's got an Oscar for best adapted screenplay.
I think Sarah Paul's a badass. I haven't seen this. I can't speak to it. I think this is also tokenism, though. They're like, oh, where are we gonna put her? What's not a director. That's for sure. We'll never do that. So yeah. Here you go. Here's the kids
It's
table.
definitely. I haven't watched the whole thing, but she interviewed Francis Ford Coppola recently, which is kind of cool.
Sarah Paul's a badass, man, and I don't think they're gonna. I don't think this is it for her. I don't think it is. I think it's gonna be. Honestly, it's not gonna be fucking Top Gun. I tell you that much. It's probably gonna be All Quiet on the Western Front. That's my prediction there.
It was really funny watching that movie though, like a few weeks ago, where she's just the fucking sister.
Oh yeah. And last night, last night with Don McKellar, I love that. Like, that whole Canadian new wave people, they all kind of hang out and are in each other's things, including Cronenberg, which is wild. Let's see, what is this? AQ botched it. So good point, Jordan. I agree, it's different. They're counting as adapted screenplay. Well, you don't. First of all, you aren't rated on accuracy. But they're basing off of the film because most people don't read. You know what I mean? Let's see, John Hammond. If anything, All Quiet should win for adaptation because I've had to read that book about 1,000 times. I could have never imagined it as a movie. Well, this is the second time, so imagine it twice. That's what I got to say about it. Stevie, what's the sequel called? Women Still Talking? Fantastic. That's it really plays on the MRA channels. Anyway, moving on.
I don't like there's a whatever thing called Girl Interrupted, that show. It never happens unless it's by another.
That's like being on this show for Christina.
I'm gonna say you've
been a lovely audience.
It's my best adapted screenplay. Any female born after 1993 can't cook. All they know, charge their phone, McDonald's, twerk, be bisexual, eat hot chip, and lie.
That literally describes me.
Did I ever tell you I shared that as a status one time on Facebook? But and this is before I knew you, I think. But this was at the beginning of the pandemic. Didn't put any context that it was a meme. And some girl commented on my status and was like, "That is sexist and disrespectful." And I was like, "All right, well then you guys should learn to cook." I get I don't know. I said something dickish back, and she blocked me.
I'm just glad Elon made comedy legal on the internet again.
He brought me back.
Best original screenplay. He actually did. Best original screenplay. Banshees. You can't fuck with Martin McDonagh's screenplays. This absolutely deserves to be here. Everything Everywhere All at Once absolutely deserves to be here. Fabelmans also absolutely deserves to be here. Tar absolutely deserves to be here.
Your name is indeed a reference to Don't Worry, Darling.
It is.
Yes.
She likes it quite a bit. Triangle of Sadness is kind of like the outlier here. I love a lot of things about it.
Triangle of Sadness is how I feel when women are still talking.
I think the screenplay is one of the weaker parts of it, frankly, but I like Ruben Ostlund. Great, no problem. I think this is a two-way race between Banshees and Everything Everywhere. That's what I think, and I think both of them, either result makes me happy.
I feel like maybe they won't give it to Everything Everywhere All at Once because
it depends on how many old people vote. It's like an actual presidential election. How many old people are voting?
I just can see Banshees being more of I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is gonna win the acting ones. Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna put it in for screenplay.
I think it's Everything Everywhere All at Once is very well written, but I think a bunch of people that are more traditionalist are gonna have problems with it and not be into it. So I think that's Martin's.
I think it's a beautiful psychological journey, and I don't think you can do that without a good screenplay. I just think Banshees are probably a more standard. I mean, and I didn't see the whole thing yet, and I'm excited to. But I saw parts of it. My mom was watching it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I don't want to spoil it. I know we're doing it, but I think that's probably the more traditionalist choice, and I can see the Oscars doing that for screenplay. Now, for I think that where there is more sway and stuff is for the acting ones, and I think that there's going to be some surprises there. Yeah.
I absolutely agree. Cinematography, we're definitely going to be covering cinematography here because that's kind of what I wanted to do. All Quiet on the Western Front, cinematography is beautiful, very cool. I haven't seen Bardo. It's not really for me. I think this might be for Elvis. I think the one thing you say about it's a very cool looking movie, right? I think this is going to be Elvis. Emperor of Light, Roger Deakins is like a closet full of Oscars. I love him to death. He's one of the best in the game. I mean, he literally just won one for 1917, if I remember right. Tar was amazing looking. This one's gonna go to Elvis. If it doesn't, I'll be shocked. If it doesn't, it means All Quiet on the Western Front has had a great night, is what I'll say. But these are all very cool looking movies, even if some of them I like better than others.
Elvis is gonna win without a doubt, just because it's Baz Luhrmann. If he knows one thing, if a script is weak, Flash.
Just make it as ostentatious looking as possible, and you'll be just fine. I will admit I did not watch a lot of documentaries this year. Same. You got All the Breeze, All the Beauty of the Bloodshed, Fire of Love, House Made of Splinters, Noveni. If again, how many Ukrainian flags are going to be flying? That's going to tell you how good Noveni's going to be doing. Fascinating documentary, but I think this is, for me, this is Fire of Love's category to lose.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. Documentary, short film. I haven't seen any of these things. Life's too short. I choose to be watching the fucking Batman and being annoyed at how long it was.
I do like making a short film called How Do You Measure
Mitchell
a Year?
Effect. Ooh, I might want to watch that one. You guys know who Martha Mitchell is, right?
I do that. Who's Martha Mitchell?
You don't.
Do I know about? Maybe I do.
Basically, she helped expose Watergate.
Oh,
John Mitchell's wife.
I thought
he literally held her hostage so she wouldn't leak the Watergate scandal.
No, I know well. I just assumed it was somebody.
Yeah, that wasn't. That's not what exactly happened. She wasn't trying to be a whistleblower. She just really liked cocktails.
Yes.
And they tried to. They had a guy run in and unplug the fucking literally unplug the phone from the wall while she was talking to like one of her high profile journalist friends. But it wasn't that.
Where's the streaming? I'm gonna look it up right now.
But it wasn't that she wasn't trying to leak Watergate. It's literally
a symptom, like a psychological symptom called the Martha Mitchell effect.
Yeah, I assumed it was something.
If you have stars, Gaslit is about that situation with her.
It's on Netflix apparently. All right, I'll be checking that out. Now that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Film editing. We got Banshees, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Top Gun.
Why?
Really? For editing? No. Come on. There's only
Zoom. What the fuck?
Yeah, Plane Zoom.
It's gonna be between Elvis and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Agreed. There's everything else.
I think that there's just by like vibes alone. I think best film editing will 100% go to Everything Everywhere All at Once. That is, I think that they're gonna give something else, best screenplay like Banshees, and then they're gonna give best film editing. There's no way that you can see that film and not think the editing is so fucking superb.
It's one of the reasons why it's so
literally turning to rocks. They literally keep you going while they are rocks with googly eyes on them. There's no way that
and they keep you compelled with it. There's no way that the editing is like it's amazing how much they've downplayed editing as a category and how annoying it is.
They like cut it from the main.
This is. I think it's the only lead pipe sitch.
I was very offended as someone who literally,
as an editor, as an editor, I found it offensive. International feature, and apparently Top Gun's
on the Western Front, Germany.
So international feature film
because they made Tom Cruise not seem gay, and that was all the editing.
We'll get to it in the snubs. I absolutely cannot believe the Decision to Leave is not in here. That's astounding to me. Astounding to me in a way that like I'm
just
not.
Can I actually Conan, can I announce all these for
Yeah.
Okay. All Quiet on the Western Front. Germany!
All quiet on the Western Front.
Argentina, 1985. Argentina! Close. Belgium!
There you go.
Poland!
I don't know if you hit Poland right. You have to be like
Ireland.
EO
Poland.
is another movie this year that censors donkeys. Which is I kind of love that, just like Banshees.
Like that.
I mean,
Only
maybe
real people understand the reference of why screen those countries.
Now, The Quiet Girl. That is a thing I like way better than women talking.
Woof. I've heard a lot of good things about Quiet Girl. That kind of came out of nowhere in the past 2 months for buzz. That's interesting. I think that Argentina 1985 is going to make a strong play. It's a good film. All Quiet on the Western Front is just, I had much more support than I realized. The guy who made you is an older fella, and I love him. I love all his movies, but I think that this being one of his better films, you might see it here. I'm flabbergasted the decision to leave is not in here. Like it should be in here. And again, we'll get it on the snubs, but yeah, I think it's probably going to be either All Quiet or EO. But actually, I heard Argentina 1985 is really good. We'll see. Original song.
Applause from Tell Like a Woman.
Diane
Warren.
Lady
Oh my
Gaga.
god.
Yeah, there's the Wakanda Forever song.
That probably would win.
There's the really great David Byrne and Mitski song and Everything Everywhere All at Once. What it should be, and we'll get to it really soon with the snubs, is Natu Natu from RRR, which is an all-time jam. And the fact that this is the first time we're seeing RRR is a travesty. Because again, talk about like best international feature film. That should be there. Like that movie is incredibly special. So that's my take on it. You got anything to say on
this
these?
one's gonna hurt.
Yeah. So best production design. Oh, that can't be it. That's yeah, of course.
Oh, Babylon.
I thought it was a lead pipe cinch that we would be seeing your friend and mine, friend of the show, Katie Byron, on here for a little movie. Justice for Katie. Yeah, a little movie that I think some folks saw it, and I think the only thing that consistently everybody said was great about it was the production design. Of course, we're talking about Don't Worry, Darling, not on here. I think that with it not being on, I mean, and that's a snub. That's a snub. I mean, I know we talked about getting the snubs. We'll get to it. I think you can make a strong case for All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar is like, well, what the fuck is production design? It's all CGI.
CGI.
Yeah, it's a CGI. Is that production design? Like, I mean, what is production design? What is a woman?
You think we're a fucking joke, Academy? Is that what this is?
Super obnoxious. I think if there's anything that Babylon can do strongly in, it's this. The set decoration and the production design is clearly awesome on that. I think same thing for Elvis. Fableman's is really good.
Yeah. Best visual effects. We all know who's going to win that one.
Yeah. So it's for me, it's either going to be Babylon or Elvis for this. Visual effects. Yeah. So before
Avatar.
I would have said All Quiet on the Western Front. This is the Avatars to lose.
Yeah.
The
Top
Batman.
Gun
Really? Okay.
What visual effects?
Yeah.
I'm the Batman.
Top Gun Maverick.
Planes go whoosh. That's it.
Yeah, planes went whoosh, and yes, they did. And I guess they went whoosh enough that they got in the visual effects lane.
Now planes, they go whoosh, but
planes be like this. Yeah,
they go go.
Animated feature film. We got Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Fantastic film. I think it's my favorite adaptation of Pinocchio. I think that's it.
You don't like Roberto Benigni walking around in makeup?
My guy, I love Benigni, and I don't. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, I think, is an incredible film. I think it didn't come out at the right time for enough people to pay attention to it, but I think people will find it and find out what an awesome movie this is. I have not seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, but a lot of people.
It's so cute.
I hear it's great.
They made
better than like the last few Shrek films.
Well, that's a low barrier of entry.
And they made it woke.
So I heard Puss in Boots is better than anyone asked it to be. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
They show Puss in Boots having like a panic attack, and everyone's like, "Whoa!" It really accurately described it.
Probably the judge of that.
RR is a movie. Yeah, it is. It's Rise Rise Revolt. What is it? Right. I was gonna say Rise Rinse
R.
Revolt. That's not it. It's Rise Revolt Roar is what it is.
Ooh, the
It's amazing.
Seabeast.
It's a South Indian film. It's snubbed. We'll get to the snubs. We do have Letterboxd, yes. I don't know if that's meant to be ironic or not.
Movie Night Extravaganza.
Movie Night Extravaganza for Forrest, Conan Neutron for me, and then of course Christina Oakes on the. And I feel like I'm doing the other bit.
Yeah.
Gonna watch what tonight? Marcel or
Puss in Boots.
They both sound great. I saw Marcel. I didn't see Puss in Boots yet, but everyone's like Puss in Boots. I'm like, I ain't gonna watch no Puss in Boots. But then I was like, yeah, all right, guess I'll watch it. Let's see what she say. Although if you don't have feet, I think you're technically just on shoes. Good point. Good movie though, very good. All right, we gotta wrap this up here. Best animated short film. I don't know anything about any of this, except for the fact that Riz Ahmed got to say "My Year of Dicks" on live TV this morning. It was really hilarious. So I'm rooting for My Year of Dicks just so somebody has to say that in front of a national broadcast.
Ooh.
That'd be awesome. These are probably all great.
And also show me the most fake, and I believe that's a good one.
All right.
Let's copy design. Babylon. Simple.
It's no My Year of Dicks. That's all I got to say about it. Costume design, Babylon. I think it's going to be this or Elvis.
Yes.
It should be Everything Everywhere All Once, but I think it's going to win a bunch of other things. I think
That's live action short.
Live action
short.
Too many
categories now.
Yeah, it's too many. We can drop this. We got
makeup and hairstyling. Either The Whale or Elvis.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. Original score.
Everything
Banshees.
once.
Any one of these it's in a wash. Look, let's get to the snubs. Let's get to what people really want to see.
Yeah,
that's what we really want to see, which is Christina, Justice for Katie. Can we talk about some snubs, please? Can we talk about who is not on these lists that we're talking about?
Fucking Viola Davis for one.
What the actual fuck?
Like she's thriving right now. What I don't understand. That's why a lot of people are like, well, that one Andrea or whatever, like, who the hell is she? And I'm like, I know Viola was robbed. Florence Pugh was robbed. She's the reason, like, her and Katie, like, between Florence's acting and Katie Byron's production design, that's what made Don't Worry Darling, in my opinion, a phenomenal film.
I mean, Viola Davis like makes the Woman King, right? So that's
Yes.
like, and it's again, they apparently didn't want women talking on this year. that's what it appears to be.
Look, we nominated women talking, so we didn't have to hear them.
Yeah. So we don't have to hear them exactly.
I mean, Margot. I can see why everyone's like, "What about Margot Robbie?" I'm like, Margot Robbie's currently in her flop era until there's another Harley Quinn film. So like.
In my flop era.
We still got to do Birds of Prey.
Can I say that on this list of snubs, other than my friend and the show's friend and everyone's friend, Katie Byron for Don't Worry Darling? Nope. Hello? That came out this year, right? Nothing? No? Nothing?
Like best,
yeah,
like
that really
I don't know.
That was a fucking good movie.
That blows my mind because I kind of feel like if there's two people I feel like are inheritors to the Hitchcock throne of that style of movie. One of them is Park Chan-wook and one of them is Jordan Peele. And to be shut out blows my mind. Other than the clear bias against horror that the Oscars absolutely have. And it's a travesty. Nothing. It's like they knew it with the title. Nope, no awards for you. Not from the Oscars anyway. Horrible. So we mentioned Don't Worry Darling. There's a few, if nothing else, the one thing everyone agreed on, of course, was the production design, the set design. Everyone agreed it was great. Of course I'm biased, but like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
RRR, I thought that was a shoe-in for international. I don't know if it peaked too early or what. That's going to be a movie that's lasting value and effect that has nothing to do with the award output at all. We're still going to do an episode on it at some point because I love it too much. It's bonkers and it has everything and it has, frankly, the best song of the year for sure in it.
Yeah. Can I actually read Don't Worry Darling's like commentary from Jezebel real quick?
Yeah, go on. So is this from the Jezebel? You want me to throw it up or you want to just read it? That's fine.
Yeah, I can just read it. So they did some snubs, so it says, look, Don't Worry Darling was not humped cinema. It was a juicy thriller with a somewhat
Yep.
try-hard message tacked on, but it had a well-executed twist. Some deeply impressive performances from Florence Pugh and Gemma Chan.
Yep.
A particularly appointed sets and a makeup department that pulled off the impossible, making Harry Styles look ugly. True. As critics continue to lament the
I
same
appreciated
film.
that personally, but that's just
Yeah, I know. And when it
Why does
feels
this
like
guy get off being so handsome?
Yeah, like
How dare you? Sorry, go ahead.
wow.
Oh, women were talking. My bad. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but like they made comments about like the way like Avatar, The Way of Water, Top Gun Maverick were nominated for Best Picture. Don't Worry, Darling gave viewers something different and truly felt like a capital M movie. I wonder how much gossip that surrounded the film and often overshadowed the actual discussion of its merits put Academy voters off.
That's exactly it.
Oh my God, Mia Goth could have been nominated too.
Yeah, for X and or Pearl. Both
yes,
with
I'm ready
which
for
are good.
Maxine.
I also really liked Barbarian too.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Barbarian is one
A
of
horror
my
film gets snubbed.
but it's one of the more inventive horror movies that I've seen in a very long time. And again, snubbed. Not even for like usually with a horror movie, you can be like, oh, they'll get some technical stuff. No, just snubbed. And that's
was in the Academy this year. My grandma that wasn't a big fan of Barbarian.
Who knows? I have a lot of thoughts about it. But I'm gonna throw it to you, Christina. Babylon. I mean, I feel like Babylon got snubbed.
A lot of Hollywood did not like Babylon because it actually kind of like exposed like the realities of like old Hollywood. And so, like, a lot of people are like,
is it like a statute of limitations? I mean, that was like, isn't that movie from like the 20s or the 30s or something like that?
Yeah, and like I can see why some people were mad about it, but I just felt like it was actually pretty good, and I just felt like maybe Margot Robbie could have gotten an Oscar nomination, but again, she's in her flop era right now, and it
does
really
seem like
upsetting.
a snub. Maybe it'll happen for Barbie. I mean, Greta Gerwig. I'm never.
I'm already predicting Oppenheimer and Barbie are going to win big at the Oscars.
It's Margot Robbie as Barney the dinosaur in a role you'll never believe.
I wish I got a soundboard thing that I could just be like snob every time. Snob.
We'll get together before we do the actual.
Here's what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen. The Oscars in what 2024. Margot Robbie's gonna win for Best Actress for Barbie. Cillian Murphy's gonna win Best Lead Actor for Oppenheimer, and Greta Gerwig's probably gonna win a bunch of different things for Barbie. And same thing with what's his face for Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan.
All right. Mark the time for next year, I guess, Forrest.
No one's seen yet.
Can I just say I think we did a really good episode on Nope. Whenever that was, I don't remember. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
We did. It was sci-fi.
Yeah, it was maybe for. Yeah, that sounds right.
November.
It's
It seems so long ago.
I feel like Jordan Peele doesn't. Everyone loves him, but like they're waiting for some reason. I don't know why.
Like, come on.
Yeah, they want him to like do like a Get Out Part 2 or something, that kind of thing. But
which is why I like Don't Worry, Darling, because it had like elements of The Stepford Wives and Get Out and like
Get Out
Jordan
2.
Mixed Jordan Peterson, Ali OG.
You're back.
Yeah, we're back, people. Barbarian, we talked about. Yeah, that's just an incredible snub. That sucks. Decision to Leave. I love Park Chan-wook, and all his films are so very interesting and very cool. And it's basically like the perfect cross between like Vertigo and In the Mood for Love or something. And he's adopted this like Hitchcock kind of role, and I'm shocked not to see it because it was a really good movie.
Also got a snub. That Ryan Johnson, who did the Knives Out Glass. I'm like, he's never made a horrible film.
Yeah, it's never. Those things aren't made in a vacuum, people. Yeah, exactly. Another big snub, our gal, Aubrey Plaza, Emily the Criminal.
Yeah.
Really? Nothing. Nothing.
Everyone's like, oh, she always plays the same characters as April Ludgate. I'm like, okay, well, name them, and then they can't name them, and I'm like.
I mean, after Black Bear too, it's like really you're
After
still not taking
Legion.
this woman seriously. Well, sure, but I mean, Black Bear was at least like that was her woman under the
Oh,
influence.
did you guys see Matthew Film Guy post a Guardian article about talking about Black Bear and Jason's like, you made it.
No, but we downed a lot of drinks hanging out with that guy. I'll tell you that much. Ooh,
yeah, that's what Forrest was telling me.
and you kind of made it seem like you dangled Christina out in front of Sam Cedar to get him on the show. Like the way that you explained it to Matthew Film Guy, you're like, yeah, I just kind of threw Christina out there as
I said, I mean, I approached
I think it was just because you had drinks, but like the way you were explaining it was
because I approach it as like, let me explain the context of what happened, but I understand.
I know, but you didn't really like so like he
much like this show is probably just trying to get a word in edgewise, I'm sure. But yeah. Also, drinks have been consumed, so whatever
Ooh, 11-11, make a wish, y'all.
I like clearly I don't like women talking. I only like them to be objects. So the Menu, Marcus Alefink saw that blew his mind. Menu was that was a snub as well. Christina, you have any other snubs that didn't end up on the list there that you want to get in?
Not that I can think of. The biggest ones for me were definitely Katie and Florence, and also like Aubrey and Ryan Johnson. I still think Mia Goth should, again, horror films always get snubbed.
Yeah, and that's so systemic that they basically made their own ecosystem of award shows, so that's nothing new.
Yeah. Why are you leaving me? I thought you liked me.
Like Legally Blonde, but with nuclear bombs. Holy shit!
I think that
what is this? Get Out 2 and
Stay
Out.
That's
good.
Ooh. Pitch that to Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Get Out 2. You're not from around here.
Yeah.
Snob
shit
on Margot from Metalhead again. The George of the special cousin. She's a metalhead, really?
Oh yeah, she was a huge metalhead. She's like, yeah. She's awesome.
Okay.
I love her so much.
I approve.
I think Keith David should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor for that just one scene in fucking Nope.
He's so good. He's looms so large in a story that the father of those two looms so large in it. And by the way, amazing actor who has done a million great things and really kind of like always like on the outside, right? Like always on the outside of that kind of thing. But again, Nope. Yeah, that's again should have been the answer for award season. We're gonna get any awards this year? Nope.
Shared brain, let's go.
It'd be a lot cooler if she was a meth head. I don't know.
Oh my god. Nah.
That's a pass. That's a pass.
And that's when I started doing meth.
Oh, can we talk about films that were supposed to be Oscar bait but like failed?
Lay it on me, because I think this is a great segment. Yeah.
I'm trying to think, but like I honestly feel like even a film like Babylon was supposed to be Oscar bait, like Best Picture, best, like it had a few nominations.
Sure. Yeah, it showed up, but it didn't show up in the way that,
in my opinion, would be considered Oscar bait.
Yes. Yeah. The menu feels like it should be Triangle of Sadness.
Yes.
And honestly, between the two of them, I think Triangle of Sadness is the better movie, but they kind of hit a little different. And also, I like the menu.
Oh god, I forgot. There's that one film. Oh my god, that has Margot, Rami Malek. It flopped majorly. What? Oh god, what's it called?
Yeah. You're talking about. Oh god, this is where I'm going off script here. So like it's.
Let's see. Let me see. I will find it if it kills me.
Yeah, I think. Well, that's because there were so many late, like To Leslie kind of came out of nowhere, right? Like that was like what? And then like Causeway kind of like popped up out of nowhere. But I feel like there's a couple like it's weird. I feel like there are more snubs this year. Like I feel like the
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. No, that's Armageddon Time.
Yes.
Armageddon Time. I swear that movie came out this year.
Yeah.
Because a
lot of people don't understand that like what makes a film Oscar bait, especially if it's released closer to like the holidays as well.
Yeah.
And so some films will be released during like the spring, and people are like, "What the fuck are you thinking? This makes no sense."
Cooper Rafe's new movie, Cha Cha Real Smooth. I like that one, and I kind of thought with Coda winning last year that maybe they would be kind of looking towards like more younger filmmakers and like the kind of like the like low key like emotional dramedy. Nope, apparently not. It's a shame.
Oscar bait is what Sean Penn calls it when he rubs one out in front of his collection of Oscars.
Woof. Emma Thompson. There was the Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, right? That was they liked it at Sundance and nothing really happened with it. That kind of disappeared like into the ether.
I also felt like Blonde was also somewhat of an Oscar bait, despite it being pure fan fiction.
Yeah. There was I didn't see it. I love The Father. A lot of people were saying Hugh Jackman in The Son, which is like apparently not a direct sequel, but like kind of like in the same universe, like whatever. People were expecting to see him in there. That didn't happen. And then there's that was that Jesse Eisenberg movie that was at Sundance when he finished Saving the World. White Noise. That's the one I was thinking of. White Noise. Complicated movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed its fucking bold pitches and big swings, if anything else. Nowhere to be found. And The Woman King, we've just snubbed.
Completely snubbed.
There's a Woman King now.
They let women be kings. Woke culture has gone too far. We gave
you guys like the queen for a reason.
We talked about this earlier on. This is going to be a whole segment. The Top Gun fucking really, I think we adequately covered it because like, how was it nominated for all these awards? Like, and there's nothing wrong with a big blockbuster like crowd.
It's the token like American patriotic propaganda bullshit. They had Hollywood's too liberal, but conservatives, they needed their one, movie, I guess.
And of all the things that
for Bottom King.
Of all the things
that's
a totally different film. You can find that on Next Hamster. I think that of all the things Top Gun got nominated for, nothing for Tom Cruise is like wow. And I don't think it should be any of these categories. I liked it.
Tom Cruise stars in Bottom Gun.
But Armageddon Time, that was a big snub as well, and that's it's a bummer, man. Like I mean, what are you gonna do? There's a few kind of like ones that again the more obscure ones kind of came out of nowhere. I haven't seen them. Maybe they're great, but like that's the way the Oscars go. My favorite movie of what's it 2022 was Come On, didn't get a single nomination. Yeah. But it's great. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Katie Byron worked on that too. Apparently, I only like movies Katie Byron works on. Who knows? But those are that's the Oscar nom extravaganza.
Phenomena.
We are going to be covering Banshees of Inisherin with our buddy Eileen Jones, Film Suck, who's amazing. She writes for Jacobin. It's going to be awesome.
She just talked to Frances McDormand and Joel Coen
and the Coen brothers. Yeah,
I think it was just one of them.
Cute. That's what's up.
And she loves Banshees as much as I do. That should be a great episode. I'm looking forward to that. She has major beef with Joe McBride. I don't really understand why. It's fine. We love her nonetheless. Return of Renee Ruin for Tar and Fablemans. Those are both confirmed. That's going to be happening. Very different movies. Very cool. Both of them like top contenders for like some of the top line categories. Triangle of Sadness. Of all the people that are probably engaging with this show, that's the movie that I think. Again, that's a movie the menu wants to be, and I like the menu. But Triangle of Sadness is you see Marxist ship captain Woody Harrelson be drunk, and it's amazing.
They made a movie about my sex life.
It's a very good movie. I'm very excited to talk about that. I was going to put that on the docket no matter what happened. All Quiet on the Western Front, worthy remake. Perfect see it with your dad movie if you have that available to you.
Perfect antidote for women talking, right?
Exactly. If you're too pissed off about these women talking, you can see All Quiet on the Western Front. Exactly. And then I think we landed on doing a populism with the Glass Onion. Ryan Johnson, Benoit Blanc. We're gonna have fun for once. For once in our lives, we're gonna have fun around here. Cool. And there you go. So Christina, anything we missed? Anything
No.
Jordan, I literally saw with my dad. Like it's peak dad cinema. Seriously,
Yeah.
like it's completely peak dead. And I say that as a compliment. I believe I absolutely am for it. Tom Cruise should have worn his Valkyrie outfit. Top Gun.
Oh God.
Whoo! Maybe we got that actor then.
A
Best
better
actor.
movie
I
than Top
think,
Gun, in my opinion.
I want to see Tom Cruise's character in Eyes Wide Shut, but like in a movie like fucking Top Gun.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
He just immediately gets shot down because he's too busy looking for like a weird
Looking-
tryst to get back
Looking
in
for
his
some
fucking-
action. Yeah.
his bitch ass ex-wife or his bitch ass wife now. she's like, I fantasized about a guy once, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go crazy and then get into this whole adventure. Like,
So before we close it out, Christina, my
wait,
my
Tom
lovely
Cruise
co-host.
she says, I fantasized about a guy once, and Tom Cruise said, me too, buddy, me too.
Christina, anything else? Any closing statements about this Oscar season or next month's with Oscar movies? Anything you want to throw?
It's a pretty good like list of folks. I mean, lots of strong contenders. I do wonder, especially when it comes to best actor. I just have a feeling Alison Butler's going to win, and then Michelle's going to win for best lead actress. I just feel like when it comes to certain nominations, it's almost going to be like either a popular contest or like a sympathy contest.
Yeah, man, that's
Especially
that is
considering
very real.
some people have been nominated and never won. It's gonna
And
be
I'll just say,
They gave Tyler Perry an Oscar for ostensibly being a good dude. That's all I'll say about it. And that's a real thing.
and I'll also say, sympathy contest, perfect description of my sex life.